For there is a single harmony. Just as the world forms a single body comprising all bodies, so fate forms a single purpose, comprising all purposes. He does only what is his to do, and considers constantly what the world has in store for him, doing his best, and trusting that all is for the best. For we carry our fate with us, and it carries us. To watch the courses of the stars as if you revolved with them. To keep constantly in mind how the elements alter into one another. Thoughts like this wash off the mud of life below. The others obey their own lead, follow their own impulses. Don't be distracted. Keep walking. Follow your own nature, and follow nature, along the road they share. Doctors keep their scalpels and other instruments handy, for emergencies. Keep your philosophy ready to understand heaven and earth. In everything you do, even the smallest thing, remember the chain that links them. Nothing earthly succeeds by ignoring heaven, nothing heavenly by ignoring the earth. Love the discipline you know, and let it support you. Entrust everything willingly to the gods, and then make your way through life. No one's master and no one's slave. People try to get away from it all, to the country, to the beach, to the mountains. You always wish that you could too, which is idiotic. You can get away from it anytime you like. By going within. Nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions, than your own soul. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They're like this because they can't tell good from evil. But I have seen the beauty of good, and the ugliness of evil, and have recognized that the wrongdoer has a nature related to my own, not of the same blood or birth, but the same mind, and possessing a share of the divine. Fight to be the person philosophy tried to make you. Revere the gods. Watch over human beings. Our lives are short. The only rewards of our existence here are an unstained character and unselfish acts. I can control my thoughts as necessary, then how can I be troubled? What is outside my mind means nothing to it. Absorb that lesson and your feet stand firm. You can return to life. Look at things as you did before, and life returns. It does not matter how much time we are given if there is nowhere for it to settle. It escapes through the cracks and holes of the mind. So it is inevitable that life will be not just very short but very miserable for those who acquire by great toil what they must keep by greater toil. But putting things off is the biggest waste of life. It snatches away each day as it comes, and denies us the present by promising the future. The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. You are arranging what lies in fortune's control, and abandoning what lies in yours. What are you looking at? To what goal are you straining? The whole future lies in uncertainty, live immediately. People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements if it were all well invested. You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. Of all people, only those are at leisure who make time for philosophy, only those are really alive. For they not only keep a good watch over their own lifetimes, but they annex every age to theirs. All the years that have passed before them are added to their own. You will find no one willing to share out his money, but to how many does each of us divide up his life? Everyone hustles his life along, and is troubled by a longing for the future and weariness of the present. But the man who spends all his time on his own needs, who organizes every day as though it were his last, neither longs for nor fears the next day. But learning how to live takes a whole life, and, which may surprise you more, it takes a whole life to learn how to die. Don't seek that all that comes about should come about as you wish, but wish that everything that comes about should come about just as it does, and then you'll have a calm and happy life. Remember that you're an actor in a play, which will be as the author chooses, short if he wants it to be short, and long if he wants it to be long. If he wants you to play the part of a beggar, act even that part with all your skill, and likewise if you're playing a cripple, an official, or a private citizen. For that is your business, to act the role that is assigned to you as well as you can, but it is another's part to select that role. Don't look to what he is doing, but to what you must do if you are to keep your choice in harmony with nature. For no one will cause you harm if you don't wish it. You'll have been harmed only when you suppose that you've been harmed. The condition and character of a layman is this: that he never expects that benefit or harm will come to him from himself, but only from externals. The condition and character of a philosopher is this: that he expects all benefit and harm to come to him from himself. But for me every omen is favorable, for I want it to be so. For whatever may come about, it is within my power to derive benefit from it. It isn't the things themselves that disturb people, but the judgments that they form about them. For it is better to die of hunger, but free from distress and fear, than to live in plenty with a troubled mind. If someone handed over your body to somebody whom you encountered, you'd be furious. But that you hand over your mind to anyone who comes along, so that, if he abuses you, it becomes disturbed and confused, do you feel no shame at that? If you want to make progress, put up with being thought foolish and silly with regard to external things, and don't even wish to give the impression of knowing anything about them. In things relating to the body, take only as much as your bare need requires, with regard to food, for instance, or drink, clothes, housing. Exclude everything that is for show or luxury.